Until the scale was changed in 1995, SAT scores were based on a scale set many years ago. For math scores, the mean under the old scale in the 1990s was 470 and the standard deviation was 110. In 2009, the mean was 515 and the standard deviation was 116. What is the standardized z-score for a student who scored 500 on the old scale? So, what we're just trying to find is the standardized z-score. And if we recall what that says, both in the textbook, which is right here, it tells us about the z-scores, and also on the formula sheet, reminds you of the formula of z-scores. All we have to do is subtract the mean and divide by the standard deviation. And let's remember what this number actually represents. It just tells us how far the value is from the mean, measured in the number of standard deviations. So how many standard deviations above or below the mean we are. So that's all this question is asking us to do. Now, one of the things that's kind of confusing to us, maybe not confusing, but just a little reading comprehension that you need to do, is seeing that we're looking at the old SAT scale, because they gave us the old one and the new one. So the old one was a mean of 470 with a standard deviation of 110. So that's the key thing we need to know, is that the mean was 470 and the standard deviation was 110. So if we want to find the z-score for this, all we have to do is take our score, which is the 500, subtract the mean, and divide by the standard deviation. And if we just type this into our calculator, we end up with 0.2727, or if we round to 2 decimal places, 0.27. So there we go. All this is saying is that we scored 0.27 standard deviations above the mean.